And in a world where pixels shine so bright, glitches dance and laughter fills the night. Controllers ready, hearts are on fire, chasing dreams, we're climbing ever higher. The spotlight's glowing, it's our time to play. With every level we'll find our way. Joy and laughter, let the games begin. In this moment, let the fun win. So grab your friends, let's race and cheer. From the first round, we'll make it clear. At the Rossfield Gaming Awards we shine. With playful hearts we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life we're on a spree. With every moment let's make history. From racing tracks to castles in the sky, every challenge makes us laugh and sigh. Power-ups and dreams will chase the thrill. In this joyful ride we're climbing the hill. With every score our spirits ignite. Celebrating wins, we'll party all night. So many stories we'll share and create. In this playful world we'll celebrate. So grab your friends, let's race and cheer. From the first round we'll make it clear. At the Rossfield Gaming Awards we shine. With playful hearts we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life we're on a spree. With every moment let's make history. So here we are, let's lift our voice. In this gaming world we all rejoice. With laughter and joy, we'll hold the key. At the Rossfield Awards, just you and me. Let the games begin, let's ride our tale. In this playful journey, we will not fail. At the Rossfield Gaming Awards, we shine. With playful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. We shine. Playful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance. The Rossfield Gaming Awards we shine. With playful hearts we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life we're on a spree. With every moment let's make history. At the Rossfield Gaming Awards we shine. With playful hearts we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life we're on a spree. With every moment let's make history. At the
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are tuned in live to the 2024 Rossfield Gaming Awards. And now, please welcome your host, the man that comes back here every single year to do this for your entertainment, the one and only Rossfield. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me tonight for the Rossfield Gaming Awards 2024. And this year, we're doing things a little bit differently. We're doing things a little bit differently this year because we are live on both Twitch and on YouTube, because that's what we do now. We dual stream to both places. But that's not the reason why it's different this year. Yes, it's different because it's live and I've never done it live before. And also it's slightly earlier this year. Oh my god, madness. It is slightly earlier this year. Crazy. But that's not why it's different. the reason why the awards are different this year is for certain things, for certain awards, you guys will get to participate in them if you're here. If you're here in the live stream, then you will get to be a part of these awards. And so before I give out my award for select things, you'll be able to give out what you would put down for that. I mean, there's some awards that you won't, because I've literally just put them down for one game. But you may get to, you know, for some awards you get to have your say, and have your opinion, and go, oh, I think this award deserves to be Game of the Year because, you know, or, you know, for example, this is my Game of the Year because of reasons. Which is incredible. So that's pretty good. So, you know, you could get involved. You can really get involved with it. You can really kind of go, oh my god, I think my Game of the Year should be this, you know, this is what my Game of the Year is. Like, for example, you know, when I announced my Game of the Year, which, by the way, my Game of the Year this year has changed. I had my Game of the Year set and I had my Game of the Year sorted, but what I actually did, whilst I was setting up the awards and I was kind of creating all the awards that I was going to have and, you know, the names for a load of these awards, I wasn't planning on having the Bronze Medal Award this year. I was like, I have no need for it. But literally, I took a break from setting up the names for the awards and played a game. And that game forced me to put the Bronze Medal Award in. Because what was my Just Missed Out Award was no longer my Just Missed Out Award, because what used to be my Game of the Year ended up being my Just Missed Out Award, because I played something that, just going to put it out there, might not be my Game of the Year. It might be my Game of the Decade, which is a pretty bold claim if you ask me. Which, if you ask me, is a pretty bold claim to say it's my Game of the Decade, but it might just be that. But what you guys can do is, for example, as I say, you know, for Game of the Year, before I announce my Game of the Year, we'll go to the poll of the chat, and you can come into the chat, and you can put in, and you can say what your Game of the Year is when we get to the Game of the Year section. And for certain other awards, you can come out and you can say what you think is your favourite game from, say, something else. Like, maybe you... Like, even though there's some awards that I've just created for... There are some awards that I've just created for one game. I will admit that, but maybe you have a reason that it could come out. So, you know, you might have an award for that, but whatever. So, we're going to start it off tonight with an award that when I say the name of it, you're all going to think, oh my god, it's predictable as hell. Where you're going to think, oh my god, it's predictable as hell. For goodness sakes. Like, you know, it's going to be like, oh, for goodness sake, he's given this award to a game that, quite frankly, he gives it to every year and it's predictable. Well, I will have you know it is not predictable this year because our first award tonight is Best Mobile Game. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh my god, it's predictable. He's going to put it down as Marvel Snap. His best mobile game of this year is going to be Marvel Snap. It's predictable. I can see it. I can see it with my own eyes. That his best mobile game is going to be Marvel Snap. Well, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're completely wrong. Because my best mobile game of the year is also winning another award this year. Because my best mobile game of 2024 is I tried to do a drum on myself and it failed. Balotto! Yep, that's right. You all thought to yourself that my game of the year was going to be Marvel Snap again, like it has for the past 2 years, but no! There is actually a game that I, this year, since it came out, have probably played a lot more than Marvel Snap. And also, one of the very few games that I genuinely played it on my phone first, and then immediately went, oh my god, I love this game so much, and bought it on PC. Balatro is basically, it's a kind of solitaire, like, meeting poker game. It's like solitaire meets poker. But you can also completely bend the rules of the game, and you can change how you're playing, and you discover powerful combos, and you can upgrade your decks. And each card has price ranges. Like each card genuinely has like prices on them, so like some cards are more expensive than others and some aren't. There's special Joker cards in the game. Like some of them are literal Jokers, and then some are God only knows what, like there's bananas in there. I got one yesterday that looked like a bus stop sign. So take of that what you will. And also just to point out, it's beautiful, I love it. You can have separate decks going on as well. You can have like separate decks with different cards in them. And not all the colours are the same. Like some of the colours in here, like you know when you get a deck of cards and it is just black and red, and like that's it. That's all you've got. It's black and red. That's your suit colours. This game's got like multicoloured pride ones, there's black ones, there's red ones, there's orange ones. There's purple ones. There's red and purple ones, like the background colours you can get some like really cool card backgrounds for like your kings and your queens and your jacks. There's like golden card backs. There's a very nice shiny silvery one. There's like, I don't even know how you describe it, but one of the cards I genuinely have in one of my decks is this card that's like, I don't even know how you describe it. It's like you're going through a vortex. It's got a vortex look to it, which is odd. And there's also one of the cards I have is like broken glass cards and broken glass cards. It is wonderful. This game, it's one of those things that, you know, when I play Marvel Snap, I can look at the game and I can find faults in it. I can find faults in it. Also, just a side noting, I've just had to look at this game on the Google Play Store, and in 16 hours there's a new event starting for card customization. Which is kind of cool. That's pretty. Oops. Who was that? Who the fuck was that? Who the fuck started clapping then? Rudely interrupting me. Don't do that. I'm in charge right here. Don't interrupt me. Yes, Balatro. Oh my god, I love it. Actually, let me go do something. We're going to do something. Also, chat, feel free to suggest your mobile game of the year. Feel free to suggest your mobile games to the end. I'll read them out in just a moment. But what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to read you my playtime. Now, I don't think it's going to be as much. It won't be as much as Marvel Snap, I must admit. It won't be as much as Marvel Snap because that's 153 hours. So it ain't going to be as much as Marvel Snap purely because Marvel Snap's been out longer. But are we ready for this? My playtime for this game is sitting at... I didn't mean to click that. I didn't mean to open it. 78 hours 47 minutes. I have played Balatro for 78 hours 47 minutes since this game released on the Google Play Store on the 24th September this year. Marvel Snap, just to give context, by the way, Marvel Snap which apparently has high voltage back in the game, released on the 15th of October 2022, and I've played that game for 170 hours. So slightly less than 100. So basically, Balatro is 100 hours off Marvel Snap. That just tells you how much I love this game. That is just pointing out to you how much I love this game. Yeah, just pointing out to you how much I love this game. Yeah, I admit Marvel Snap is free to play with microtransactions. Yeah, I admit Marvel Snap is free to play with microtransactions, and this game costs £10 to buy on your phone. I think it's $11.99 on Steam. I think. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. I think it's $11.99 on Steam. But that does not bother me. I mean, the thing with Balatro was I saw nothing about this game. I merely looked at it. It was kind of a recommendation for me. I looked at it and thought, what's this? I was like, what's this? It's recommended to me. What's this? Questioning, curiosity spoke for what it was. And I remember looking at it and I was thinking, okay, that's interesting. And what I found interesting was there was a load of games, and the company that made this game made some really weird games. They made Sniper vs. Thieves, Survival City, Idle Aquarium, Idle Sea Park, Taxi Dash, which is like some sort of crazy taxi thing, and Zombie Road Rush, and also a game called Too Many Cooks, and also this game here which is called Pot Shot, Crazy 8-Ball Pool, which when you look at games, you look at their game history, you think, it all looks a bit weird and a bit interesting. And they're all like, those games were all like free to play with ads and microtransactions. And so when PlayStack came along with a paid game called Balatro, it was kind of intriguing. I thought, you know what? I watched the trailer and I thought, trailer looks interesting. I'll buy this game. But I wasn't going into it with an open mind of expecting much, but oh my god. I think this game was probably the quickest I fell in love with a game. But yes, I fell in love with Marvel Snap, but that took a while. That took a while for me to fall in love with it. I think I fell in love with this game after like 5 minutes. I think I literally played this game for like 5 minutes and I was in love, and I was like, I love this game already. Like, I've only played 5 minutes, but I already love it. It's like literally, I've only played you for 5 minutes, but I already love you. And I feel like that's the quickest I've ever fallen in love with a game. I genuinely feel that's the quickest I've fallen in love with a game. I literally think that's the quickest I've fallen in love with a game. Ever. Literally ever. And I love this game to death. And I highly recommend that you check it out either on mobile, on your phone. I believe it's also on Xbox as well. I don't know about Switch. Let me go get my Switch. Hang on. I'm going to check on my Switch. No, I'm not, because for some hilarity reason, my Switch wasn't connected to my dock, and now it's dead. Well, we'll put that on charge for now. We'll put that on charge for now, and we'll come back to that later. We'll get it on charge for a little bit, we'll come back to that later. And Ellie has just piped up and says that her mobile game of the year is TCG Pocket. Interesting choice, that one, Ellie. I couldn't really get into TCG Pocket, I'll be honest. I don't know what it was with TCG Pocket, I just couldn't really get into it. I couldn't really get into it. It felt a bit weird to me. It felt a bit odd to me, in the sense that, like TCG Live, that game's not great either. I don't like that. Like, I may play it occasionally just to, earn some of the official cards and then kind of go, oh look, I earned that card in real life, now I've got in the game. But like, I kind of hate that game. I kind of hate TCG Pocket as well, like having this whole microtransaction element to it. But then also the way it's kind of like, the gameplay is, I mean, what I like, I would say, about TCG Live is the gameplay is, it copies that of what the TCG should be. It's literally what the TCG should be. Whereas Pocket's like this really weird sort of thing of like, first to get 3 points. It's like, this ain't TCG. It's like, It's like, this ain't TCG. Like, this ain't TCG. And also having 3 cards, having, what was it, like 3 cards on the bottom of my thing. Plus 1 card that I can play is like, what? That's very odd. And also, energy not being cards. Energy just being like a thing that you randomly own is like, Don't really like that. Why that? Why is it like that? I know for a lot of people it's a good game, and I do love the feel of the game, and I love the way that the cards are, and you can, physically zoom into some cards and they're animated, but like, gameplay is just like, It don't feel like TCG. It feels like something different. It feels like it's trying to be a different game to what it's supposed to be. And also, I just feel like both games, we've got both of these games out now. We've got TCG Live and TCG Pocket. But I kind of feel like none of these games have done what TCG Online could do. Like, for me, Pokemon TCG Online is still, out of all the games, free TCG games that have existed, that game was still the best one, and it did the video game format of TCG the best. I just feel like it did it the best, and nothing that's ever came up since that has really, been good enough. It's never been sort of on the level of, oh, I'm going to top this game. It's never been on that level. Like, it's never been on the level of like, it's going to top that game. I just don't feel like anything has. Yep, TCG Online is 110% the GOAT. I will 100% agree to that one, Ellie. I will 100% agree to that one. We move on now though to the Dreams Can Come True Award. This was something I created for one game and one game only. I created this for one game and one game only. This award is basically for the kind of game that you play and you do something, and it allows you to do something that you have wanted to do and experience, but you've never, you kind of feel like, I'm never going to get the opportunity to experience that and experience this. And so without further ado, I can announce that the winner of the Dreams Come True Award is Taskmaster VR. Yes, Taskmaster VR is, the reason I gave this award is, one of the things I've always done is I watch Taskmaster. I love Taskmaster. And I've always, every time I watch Taskmaster, think to myself, I want to be on that show. Although I will admit, I'm not 100% convinced or enamoured by Junior Taskmaster, I have to admit. It's good, but I don't think it's as good as normal Taskmaster, and I haven't really been able to get into Junior Taskmaster, I'm going to be honest. Also, the woman, I can't remember her name, it's going to really bug me now. The woman's name's going to really bug me now, I can't remember it. I can't remember the woman's name, it's going to really bug me now. I can't remember this woman's name, it's going to really bug me now. But I don't think she's as good as Greg Davies. Like, she's not got, as good as Greg. And I want to genuinely come out and I want to make like a complete tit of myself. It's like I want to come out and I want to make a complete and utter tit of myself and do these like stupid, like really stupid tasks that you would find on Taskmaster. Ooh. Ooh. It all went a bit peak-tong there. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know if anyone heard what I was saying, but I'm going to repeat it because I went a bit peak-tong and OBS kind of had a 5-second meltdown. Because, hilariously, Microsoft sent me a notification about the weather and it kind of made OBS go crashing a little bit. I don't know why it sent me a notification weather, but it did. But, for me, Taskmaster VR is that game that really lets me live out that fantasy of being on Taskmaster and being around Greg Davies and little Alex Horn and make a complete tit of myself. Like, I can make a complete tit of myself. The game's great, but also it lets me feel that dream that I've had of being a complete tit on Taskmaster. I love the thing. Like, one of the very first task in that game is to make a sandwich for Alex. But you've got to use 2 spatulas to hold literally everything. And like, you're holding literally everything with 2 spatulas. Everything you do in this challenge, this task, you're holding 2 spatulas. You're literally holding like 2 spatulas. You get to make this sandwich and try and make a good sandwich. It's beautiful and it's wonderful and I love the thing. One of the other tasks, you got to find like dog food, put it in a dog food bowl, put it in a dog food bowl. But like the dog food's in a melon. It's kind of dog food's in a melon, so you're going around trashing a bunch of melons and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. And I haven't got there yet. I haven't completed enough of the game to get there yet, but there is a task creator where you can go in and you can create your own tasks. I haven't got to enough of the game where you can do that, but you can genuinely complete, once you complete enough of the game, you can genuinely go in and make your own tasks and it's wonderful. It is genuinely wonderful. Also, just before we move on to our next award, I don't think I mentioned it at the start of this, but I'm going to mention it now because I think I genuinely forgot. I literally think I forgot. That I mentioned it. But awards this year will only be going out to games that I've played. So if you, for example, come out and you say, oh, why hasn't, this game got an award, or why haven't you given an award to something else? Like, why have you avoided this game? Why hasn't this game got an award? Why hasn't that game got an award? Because I'm not awarding it because I haven't played it. I'm not going to give out an award. I'm not going to give out an award to something I haven't played because I have no opinion on it. And that actually applies to my game of the year. It wasn't my game of the year until yesterday. I've now played it and it is my game of the year. So only games that I have played are eligible for awards. And we move on now to the Better Than the Original award. This is an award that goes out to what is a remaster or a remake or whatever you want to call it. that is remaking and remastering a game, but doing it better than what the original game was already there. And the winner is hold it, don't get excited. I heard you are moving then, crowd. Getting all excited, I'm even else to win here. Calm down. The winner is Sonic X Shadow Generations! Oh yes, Sonic X Shadow Generations. Now, I will say this, the Sonic Generations side of Sonic and Shadow Generations. Sonic Generations side is kind of the same thing, but a little bit different. You know, there's a few changes here and there, but ultimately it is the same game as it was previously. Yeah, there's one or two changes here and there, but predominantly Sonic Generations is the same game. So you're thinking, why have you given it the original award then? And it is purely down to the Shadow Generation side of stuff. The Shadow Generation stuff is incredible. And I mean incredible. I mean genuinely incredible. This game genuinely does, everything pretty dang well. You know, this part of the game does everything pretty dang well. And I remember the first time I did it after the first level, and it loaded into the same fashion as what Sonic Generations did, and I thought, oh okay, it's another 2D hub world. And then I clicked the wrong button on my Xbox controller. Instead of clicking left, I clicked down. I kind of flicked the analog stick down, and of course Shadow moved forward, and I realised, oh, it's not a 2D area. Oh, it's a complete open world. Oh, it's a complete open world thing. Like the level select's a complete open world. Like it's a complete open world, and I like that. And there are two things I will say about this. One of the things I say, and I've pointed this out before, when I gave Sonic Frontiers my Shit on Toast award from a few years ago, is I don't like 3D Sonic games, and the 3D open world Sonic game was disgusting. It was terrible, it was trashy, it didn't work, I didn't like it. I've never liked 3D Sonic games. 3D Sonic games for me, we've never really seen eye to eye. I've never really liked them. I've never liked 3D Sonic. I've always kind of, with 3D Sonic games, I've always kind of been like, I don't like it. Give me 2D. There's never been a 3D Sonic game where I've sat down and I've said that I've liked. But there's Shadow Generation stuff, which, by the way, the entire story of Shadow Generations, I'm not going to spoil it, but the entire story is happening at the exact same time as the story from Sonic Generations. So like when you start up, I'm not going to spoil anything about it, but I'm going to spoil one tiny thing about it. Like, do you know at the start of the Sonic Generations story, when everybody gets together and they all celebrate Sonic's birthday, but then everyone all goes a bit horribly wrong and they get abducted by a thing that Eggman's now controlling, but he's since found a thing that can control time. I mean, the very start of that is exactly the same thing, but then, you know, the start of that's the exact same part, they all kind of get there, but then midway through that, Rouge she walks off. And she phones Shadow, which is so useful and so cool, because when you saw the game originally, back in the original days, now who knows if Sega ever meant this or not, but even the original cutscene, they didn't focus on it, but you saw Rouge walk away slightly before inevitably getting kidnapped, but she walked away slightly. course, back then it was like, where's she walked off? What's she done? Why she walked off? Why she stopped celebrating Sonic's birthday? But if she genuinely walked off all the way back in 2014 because Sega knew they wanted to inevitably possibly put Shadow in there, that's the key for. I love that. So good. So good. And the abilities and stuff, I love all of the abilities in this game. I love. Like being able to use Chaos Control to like slow the entire world down is so good. Oh my god, it's so good. And this game genuinely might be my favourite 3D Sonic game ever made. It's like, this might be my favourite 3D Sonic game that has ever existed in terms of 3D Sonic games. And like the thing is, it's not even like, the thing is, it's barely a game. It's an add-on to a game that already existed. It's like Sega going, let's make the game again, but add new stuff to it. That's all it is, but it is literally my favourite, and I mean favourite 3D Sonic game ever made. I love the thing. I really do. But we're going to take a small break. We're going to take a small little intermittent break here on our Still Gaming Awards. When we come back, we shall have the award for the best soundtrack. See you all in a minute. Fun. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee and whatever it called it, Wurgetto. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see, because my legs have just vanished. Oh good grief, that's a creep. Good god, that'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. She don't move. She don't move. Well. Why was that going like really fast then? You said that, I was like, what are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach a park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that'd be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, gallery bits. Could you imagine going up on them in your ass? It'd be like, ooh. The heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. What kind of fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on. Font. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee or whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see because my legs have just vanished. Oh good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. She don't move. She don't move. Well. Why was I going like really fast then? You said I was like... What are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach a park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that would be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, gallery bits. Could you imagine going up on them in your ass? It'd be like, oh, the heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. What kind of fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on. Font. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee or whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see because my legs have just vanished. Oh good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. She don't move. She don't move. Well. Why was I going like really fast then? You said I was like... What are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach a park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Oh, look at me, love. Oh, look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that would be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, gallery bits. Could you imagine going up on them on your ass? It'd be like, ooh. The heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. Got a fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on. Font. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee or whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see because my legs have just vanished. Oh, good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. You don't move. You don't move. Well. Why was I going like really fast then? You said I was like... What are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach a park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that would be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, gallery bits. Could you imagine going up on them on your ass? It'd be like, ooh. The heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. Got a fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on. Font. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee or whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see because my legs have just vanished. Oh, good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. You don't move. You don't move.
Well,
Why was that going like really fast then? You said that, I was like... What are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach the park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that'd be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, gallery bits. Could you imagine going up on them on your ass? It'd be like, ooh. The heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. Got a fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on. Fun. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee and whatever it called it, Wergettle. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see because my legs have just vanished. Oh, good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. You don't move. You don't move.
well.
Why was that going like really fast then? You said that, I was like... What are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach the park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that'd be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, gallery bits. Could you imagine going up on them on your ass? It'd be like, ooh. The heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano
on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. What kind of fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on. Font. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee or whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Going to be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see, because my legs have just vanished. Oh good grief, that's a creep. Good God, they'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. She don't move. She don't move. Well. Why was that going like really fast then? You said that I was like... What are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach the park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that'd be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, go off bits. Could you imagine going up on them on your ass? It'd be like, ooh. The heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. What kind of fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on.
After Rossfield Gaming Awards, we shine. With playful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. After Rossfield Gaming Awards, we shine. With playful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. After Rossfield Gaming Awards, we...
Welcome back. To the 2024 Rossfield Gaming Awards. Thank you for joining us back. Thank you for calling us back. Thank you. Thank you for applauding us back. Thank you. Thank you very much for applauding us back. Now, to anyone that is here live in the theatre, you will notice that I have a Lego mug with hot chocolate in it. To anyone that's not live in the theatre, you now know that. Also, can we keep it this way, by the way, lads? For all of you watching who are live here in the theatre, can we keep it this way? I haven't seen anybody whipping off the knickers this year. Like what happened 2 years ago. I can't remember her name. What was her name again? Susan, wasn't it? We had this woman called Susan. Friggin' rip her knickers off, start swinging the knickers around. It's good to see that you're a sensible crowd. But nobody get any ideas about that one, by the way. But now, we move on. We move on to our next award, which is the Best Soundtrack Award. Which, to be honest, there was only really one game I was giving this to. Literally. I only really had one game that I was ever going to give this to. This soundtrack, I kind of had 2 games in my mind about what I was going to give it to. But then, to be completely honest with you, I preferred more songs on one soundtrack than I did the other one. It kind of came down to what do I prefer more of from the soundtrack to give this award to, and so that is why I can officially announce that the winner of the Best Soundtrack is... Hit it! Hit it! Oh yes. Ah yes. The Planet Coaster soundtrack is a delightful. Absolutely delightful. I love that soundtrack. I love that soundtrack. I genuinely love that soundtrack. The soundtrack is so good. I almost gave it to Astrobot. I will admit I almost give this Best Soundtrack Award to Astrobot. But one of the main reasons why I didn't give it to Astrobot was because the Planet Coaster 2 soundtrack had more songs in it that I liked. I was kind of like, I like a bit more stuff in the Planet Coaster 2 soundtrack than I do the Astrobot soundtrack. I don't hate the Astrobot soundtrack, but I just like a lot more of the Planet Coaster 2 soundtrack. And that is true, I do. Opening theme, amazing. I love all the ambient songs. And also, the fact that when you're playing the game, the ambient versions of the songs do not play until you go in the water. Like, that's really, I love that so much, having the ambient versions of all songs play when you dive into the water. Like, that's really nice and really cool. The 8-bit Planet Coaster theme, mwah, mwah, sumptuoso, scrumptious, scrumptuoso, sumptuoso, amazing. But I have to say, my favourite song, and this is legitimately my favourite song from the Planet Coaster 2 soundtrack is 110% Moo Moo Milkshake. I love Moo Moo Milkshake. The thing is, right, and the reason why I will say I gave it to Planet Coaster over Astrobot is, don't get me wrong, Astrobot has a great soundtrack. don't get me wrong, Astrobot has an incredible soundtrack. I love the Astrobot soundtrack. But the Planet Coaster 2 soundtrack for me, I would genuinely download the entire soundtrack on Spotify, and if I'm going like a plane or something, a plane or a train or whatever, I would have the entire soundtrack downloaded and listen to the whole soundtrack, start to finish. That is how much I love the soundtrack. And I'm loving the game as well, to be fair. I will admit the UI was a bit and a bit iffy and a bit sort of... I will admit the UI was a bit I didn't like the UI. Didn't like the UI. Although I will say, for the terms of the YouTube series and stuff, because the game is updated now, but because I've recorded so far in advance into next year, like I've pretty much got to like freaking end of January recorded. I've got to the end of January recorded on videos. Plus there's still one stream I need to edit. There's still one stream to edit, so it's going to be into February that I've got done and recorded. So it's going to be pretty late on that we get the new menus and stuff, but I will say the new UI, so much better. I love the new UI. But like the soundtrack, incredible. The original Planet Coaster soundtrack was... How long was the original? How long was the original Planet Coaster soundtrack? Let me go and check. The original Planet Coaster soundtrack was... ...56 minutes and 24 seconds with 16 songs. The Planet Coaster 2 soundtrack is legitimately three hours and 39 minutes long with 80 songs. And as I did point out, my favourite song in the entire soundtrack is this from Ross Fortune and Eyeshadow. I love this song. The song is the best. For me, you may have your own opinion. You may have your own opinion, and you might say, oh, I think the best song in the soundtrack is The Way of a Warrior, or Yoga's Drill, or Olympic Jewel. But for me, the best song in the soundtrack is this. I don't know if you heard that then, but some man in the crowd just shouted and was like, "Stop being a cringy gay! Stop dancing on the stage to Moo Milkshake! Stop being cringy!" Sorry to anyone watching live in the theatre, sorry about that, lads. Sorry, I kinda zoned out into vibe into Moo Milkshake. I zoned out on the vibe into Moo Milkshake. But yeah, I love Planet Coaster 2 soundtrack. It's incredible. I really, really love it. Best soundtrack for me. Incredible. We move on now to the award for the best indie game. Now, this goes out to a game that I've already given an award out to tonight. I've already given this game. I've already given an award out to this game tonight. So we're not going to beat around the bush. We're not going to beat around the bush. We're not going to... we're not going to beat around the bush. We're not going to come out and go, oh, drag it out and kind of go stuff. We're just going to go straight into it and say that my best indie game of this year is Balatro! Yep, we're not even going to really spend much time talking about it. Just to put out there, Balatro getting both Best Mobile Game and Best Indie for me just shows how much I love the game. It just shows how much I love the game, doesn't it? It just shows off how much as a human being I love the game. Also, Ellie's come in and said the best soundtrack is Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I'm going to be honest, the only song I liked from the Echoes of Wisdom soundtrack was the Ninja. I didn't barely get on with the rest of the soundtrack. Also, I just didn't get on with much in that game anyway. Also, I didn't get on with a lot of that game anyway. A lot of the abilities felt generic, although I will say I did like the fact that I was finally able to play Zelda. That was quite nice. I liked that, finally. Give me something I want, able to play Zelda. I finally liked that. That was good. That was good. I liked that. That was good. That was very nice. But yeah, I didn't get on with that game. I also didn't really get on with the soundtrack either. But yeah, Balatro, Best Indie. I love Balatro. I should play that at some point. I should make a video on that at some point in the new year. Although quite frankly, if I did make a video on it, I would just be going on about how much I love the game, to be honest. It would just be going on about how much I love the thing, where I was going, Well, to be honest, if I did make a video on that game, it would just be going on about how much I love the thing, because I genuinely do love that game to death. I love that game to death. Literally to death. But now, we move on to our next award, which is something that we used last year. Which is something that we used last year called the You Failed Award. Which goes on to a game that's bad, but isn't bad enough to be the Shit on Toast Award. Like, it's bad. Like, it's bad, but it's not so bad that it is the Shit on Toast Award. Like, yeah, it's a bad game. But it's not like the worst game of the year. It ain't like the worst game. It ain't like the worst game. You know, yeah, it's a bad game. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not beat around the bush. It's a bad game. But it's not like the worst, and it does do some stuff that's good. And the winner of the You Failed Award is F1 24 EA Codemasters Edition. Yep. The reason I said EA Codemasters Edition there was I felt like I needed to stress that it was the EA and Codemasters F1 game that's getting this award and not Frontiers F1 Manager, which may never be getting another game. But to be completely honest with you, this game is just horrible and questionable. I'm actually going to pull up a note. I'm going to read off a note to you on my phone. I read a note on my phone. I've got a note on my phone. And I'm going to read out to you the list on my phone. And this is just before I get to all the other stuff. This is before I get to all the other stuff. This is just a note on my phone about one of the main things in this game, which is, both games, is driver transfers. I'll pull up a note on my phone real quick. Pull up a note real quick. So, in 3 seasons, of F1 24, the driver transfers were as follows. Also, my silence indicates that there was no driver transfers, because there wasn't. I played 3 seasons and there were no driver transfers. There was a driver transfer going into my 4th season. There was a driver transfer, which was just a pure driver swap between me and Lewis Hamilton, because I went to Mercedes, he just driver swapped with me to Williams, but that was 4 seasons in. I got to a point where I was so fed up with the driver transfers, not doing anything for 3 seasons, and then the 4th season just being me and Lewis doing a driver swap, that I genuinely downloaded a mod. I genuinely downloaded a mod to give me better driver transfers. I shouldn't have to download a mod to give me better driver transfers, and I'll tell you why. Here's the thing. Should I be downloading a mod to give me better driver transfers? No, I should not, because this is my F1 Manager 24 driver transfers after season 1. Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari, because Frontier hard-coded it into the game that Lewis Hamilton would go to Ferrari by default. By default, Lewis Hamilton goes to Ferrari. That has been hard-coded into the game that Lewis Hamilton, if he's at Mercedes, he will go to Ferrari in 2025. So that was a driver transfer. I didn't renew Iron Course in my 1st season. Had Oliver Bearman and Pato O'Ward. I didn't renew Pato's contract. I took the liberty of promoting Théo Pourchaire. But Pato O'Ward got a seat at Aston Martin, because Fernando Alonso had left Aston and went to Red Bull. Sergio Perez went to Haas. And Kevin Magnussen took Alonso's seat at Aston Martin. So that there was driver transfers for 1 season in F1 Manager 24. And also that's by the way, that's not including, a lot of the F2 stuff that's in the game, like driver transfers getting told about for F2. And the fact that the affiliate driver that I signed at the beginning of the very start of the beginning of the game, going into the 2nd season, Abby Pulling, got an F3 seat. That's not including that. That doesn't include that, like the fact that Abby Pulling got an F3 seat. That doesn't include that one. That's not included. Like, that's not a thing that is included in there. And honestly, I have to say, like, in 1 season of F1 Manager 24, I got more driver transfers in 1 season of F1 Manager 24 than I got in 4 seasons of F1 24. And yeah, I downloaded a mod which allowed me to get more interesting driver transfers and better driver transfers. So like, I have a mod that gives me more interesting driver transfers, but the fact of the matter is, if you're playing on a console, like, if you're playing on a console, you're not going to be able to have this mod, and you're going to be stuck, and you're going to be living with these, like, completely pointless things where you could go 3 seasons, where you could literally go 3 seasons when nobody moves. Like you could just go 3 seasons when nobody moves. And to be honest, this is another thing as well. If I, going into my 4th season, didn't decide to move from Williams to Mercedes, there wouldn't have most likely been any driver transfers in my 4th season either, because the only driver transfers that existed was a shared driver swap between myself and Lewis. And so, like, realistically, you probably wouldn't have even had any transfers in season 4 going into season 4 either. Ridiculous. The game is just like, it's just, it's just ridiculous. And quite frankly, the less said about the driving, the better. The less we say about the driving in that game, the better. I don't think we should mention driving in that game. I don't even think we should mention driving in that game. I really, really don't. I mean, the reason why this game didn't get the Shit on Toast award, the main reason why this game didn't get the Shit on Toast award is there's some good stuff about it. Like, there's some good stuff about it. Like, there's some good stuff about it. You know, it has some good stuff. Like, it has some really good stuff. Like, you know, the rating system. That's great. You know, the rating system's great, and getting random objectives mid-race. Like telling you, you know, having your race engineer, Mark, who still gets on my tits, by the way, and come back, Jeff, all is forgiven. Come back, Jeff, all is forgiven. But like, you know, but like Mark piping in and saying, hey, you know, do this thing. Like maybe maybe beat this time before this set lap, or overtake this driver before this set lap, or let your teammate pass by like this lap or whatever. Like that makes it a little bit more interesting. And if you keep that format going forward, you know, with your career, and say into next year have my team with team orders, you can give out team orders in my team next year. So like maybe you could say to your other driver, hey, you go past me or whatever, but maybe that's just me. So you could say to whoever's on your team, say your teammate is Lando Norris on your team, and you say, Lando, and you can maybe tell Lando, you know, go past you, or have Lando saying, slow down, I go past you. But that's just me saying what I want. But like, you know, something as simple as that as objectives. But, you know, they're cool and they're interesting. And being able to go away and have like secret meetings with other teams without your existing team knowing, like that's really good. Like that's a really good thing. Like the game has some good stuff. Also, I quite like the lighting as well. I think the lighting's really good as well. The lighting's really good as well. I should point that out now. Especially when you select rain in Vegas and you can see the strip being reflected on the water puddles on the ground. Like that's great. Like there's some good stuff in the game, but also there's a lot of stuff in this game that when you go somewhere like F1 Manager and you look at it and you think, why are you so shit? Like the game has good stuff, but it's also got stuff where you look at it and you think, why are you so shit? Why are you so shit? Like why are you so shit? Like why are you so shit? Like what are you so shit for? But now we move on to the pretty good award, which is going out to a game that I completely stumbled upon. I just stumbled upon this because Steam recommended it to me. I don't know what it was recommended to me from, because I can't remember. I think it was because I played Euro Truck and Train Simulator. I think it was because I played Euro Truck and Train Simulator that it recommended it to me. I think it was because I played Euro Truck and Train Simulator that it recommended it to me. But basically, what I was given a recommendation for a game that won this award. It was just sort of like this really random thing that was recommended to me, and I looked at it and saw it and thought, do you know what? I'll give this a look in. I'll give this a play. I'll make a video on it. I'll see what I think of it. Like, I'll give it a play. I'll give it a whirl. I'll stream this. I'll see what I think of it. You know, I made a video on it, then I streamed it, and I genuinely loved it. It was great. It was great. And the winner of the Pretty Good Award is City Bus Manager. Yeah, City Bus Manager. That was a game I completely stumbled across, which is what Steam is great for, that Nintendo on their Switch eShop does not do. Their eShop shit for that. But it was one of those games that I completely stumbled across, in the sense that it was just recommended to me on the store. And the very first time I opened it, it said it was made, and what's great about it, when I first opened it, it came up and said it was made by 3 German brothers. Like the entire game was being developed. The entire game was being developed by 3 German brothers. I believe it said it was. Like, I believe it was 2 German brothers? I could be wrong, but I think it was 3 German brothers. And what's great about it is when I did it and it came up, like at the start of the game, when you open to create a new company, when you open it to create a new company, it literally comes up and goes, hey, enter a company name, but then also postcode or city name. And you could just put in anything. You can like put in anything and it just appears. Like, obviously my first instinct was, alright, put in Pitlochry, where I live, put it in. And like, it literally loaded it in. But like, it didn't like do, but it like loaded it in, but it's like loading it in 110% accurately. It's not like none of this SCS Eurotruck simulator stuff where, like, you know, places in Europe are loaded, it has them, but it doesn't have them looking, it's not 100% accurate, and some of the stuff that's there isn't there. It's not like that business. This is like full on accurate. You could load in, and it would literally have like everything that's there in it. And it's like mental. Like, these 3 German brothers, they made up a game where you manage a bus network in the city. That's like the entire premise of the game. But they've not just released the game and gone, here you go, here's a game where you manage a bus network in a city. They've genuinely gone to the effort of putting effort in. It's like, if you go and you live somewhere and you go to make a bus network in your town, you can look at the map and you can go, oh my god, that's accurate. Oh my god, that's legitimate. Oh my god, that's insane. Like, oh my god, that's real. Like, oh my god, what? Like, the first time I saw that, my immediate reaction when it loaded it in, my first immediate reaction was like, as if! Like, my first immediate legitimate reaction was like, as if it's loaded it in. As if it's loaded Pitlochry, like, as if. Like, as if. And then even after I did my video on it, I hadn't watched it at the time because I was I've been busy with work and stuff. I went and watched a Squirrel video, and he did Chelmsford, and he was even surprised. He was like, as if it loaded Chelmsford, as if. And like, even pointed out that it had a brand new roundabout system in it. It had like a brand new double roundabout system in it, over by industrial estate, which just, it's like, you look at things like that and it's like, clearly these German brothers have they've not just gone ahead and released a game, they've done the research of literally everywhere. Like, Did the three German brothers making this game need to do their research and know every single detail about Pitlochry? No, they did not need to know every single detail about Pitlochry and the surrounding area. But does it make for a better game that they did? Yes. Yes, it does. Like, they didn't have to do that, but the fact that they did was just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love the game. And I have to say, full kudos and full props to Steam for even recommending me this. Because I wouldn't have found it otherwise. I wouldn't have known. You know, this game existed. It was beautiful. And, like, the fact that it knows as well. And, like, even for me, like, I can go, like, the fact that I can even go into this game and legitimately point out and go, you know, oh look, I've been there and I worked there and whatever. Like, I won't be able to do that in Microsoft Flight Sim 24. I might be able to fly over. The town that I live in. But, like, it might not, you know. But are Microsoft going to have accurately represented Pitlochry? Maybe not. Maybe they have. I don't know. I've not been there yet. I haven't been over Pitlochry Microsoft Flight Sim yet, so I don't actually know. But, like, they didn't need to do that. But the fact that they did made for a much, much better game. But now, we move on to the Addiction Award. This award is going out to a game that I found out about from Ellie. Of all people, my Twitch mod, Ellie. She basically she was basically in a stream. She came into my chat and said, have you played this game before? I mean, obviously she named the game, but I'm not going to name it yet because I'll name it when I give out the award. But she basically went, have you played this game before? I was like, no, I've not played this game before. I literally haven't played that game before. Like, what even is that game? What is that game? Like, what is that game? Like, what do you do? Like, what is the premise of that game? What is the point of that game? And then Ellie legitimately told me, she told me the basic premise of the game. I then thought, okay, I'll buy it. So I went to Steam, I bought it, and oh my god, within like 10 minutes, I was addicted. I was literally addicted within 10 minutes. Like, literally, I was addicted within 10 minutes. Because the winner of the Addiction Award is TCG Card Shop Simulator. Oh yeah, I love TCG Card Shop Simulator. I love that game, it's so good. It's like, I mean, when I first played it, when I very first played it, my immediate reaction when I played it for the very first time, I was just like, oh, it's just a reskin of Supermarket Simulator. Oh, that's it. Oh, it's just a reskin Supermarket Simulator. Oh, alright then. Whatever. Fine, just a reskin Supermarket Simulator. But the minute the game tutorialized me about opening packs, and like you could earn singular cards, and each card had a price, I was like, oh my god, this game is better than Supermarket Simulator. I was like, oh my god, it's better than Supermarket Simulator. And my brain literally said to myself, the only thing that could make this game any better was rebranding all the, Tetramon stuff to Pokemon. I did that, and I fell in love. I absolutely fell in love. Yeah, it is a shame Pokemon got taken down, actually, Ellie. That is a shame. Although, let me check. I believe there was a new Pokemon mod recently, wasn't there? There was a new Pokemon mod recently that I found. I don't know if it still exists, but I found a new one which was set to... Ah, yes, this one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one here. The real Pokemon TCG overhaul. Oh, Opera GX didn't like that. Didn't like the fact I opened a page for real TCG overhaul then. But yeah, real Pokemon TCG overhaul. It's basically Pokemon. Basically it's like Pokemon. Basically what it's like is it's like Pokemon. But also it's got even more cards than the Pokemon because it's got like the GX cards in there plus all the new EX cards and there's packs and you know all the cards. It's like you know it's there. So yeah, it's a shame that Pokemon got taken down, but we do have a new version which is the real TCG overhaul. Although this one does require a lot more because Pokemon literally just required Weapon X and Texture Replacer. This one requires Weapon X, Texture Replacer, Art Expander and add entirely new cards mod. But there is that one, so if you do want a Pokemon, there's the real TCG overhaul. Because which I did download. I took out Pokemon and downloaded this one because I didn't know. Purely because I didn't know if Pokemon was going to be working or broken. And the reason why I did that was I didn't know if Pokemon was going to be working or if it was going to be broken with the Customers Trading Cards mod. I will say it won't work with the upcoming update, which is Shop Expansion and the new items mod, because it's going to be new items. So that won't work with that one, but that was the reason why I deleted it. I deleted it because I felt like, is it going to work with, you know, Customers Trading Cards? So I didn't delete it straight away. I kept it, but I looked around to see if there was a new mod that would do the job. And when I found this, you know, TCG overhaul, I thought, okay, we'll download that and replace Pokemon with it. And I love the thing. It's great. It was one of those things that I didn't even know about. It was one of those things that I didn't even know was a thing. I didn't know. Like, it was one of those things that I didn't know was a thing. I didn't know existed. Like, I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know it existed. But then, like, I stumbled upon it. I streamed it one day and I was like, oh my god, I love this. Oh my god, it's wonderful. Oh my god, I'm addicted. Like, legitimately, I am addicted. I'm legitimately addicted. Like, legitimately addicted to it. Like, I'm legitimately addicted to it. And it was so beautiful. It's such a beautiful game. Such a beautiful game. But now, we move on to the Shit on Toast Award. This goes out to the worst game of this year. This goes out to the worst game of 2024. That game that came out that was like bad and it was the worst game of the year and it was like, And the winner is Metal Slug Attack Reloaded. Yep. Now, when it comes to Metal Slug Attack Reloaded, I like Metal Slug Attack. I like the game. The game is great. But the reloaded version is just horrible. Like, it's disgusting. Like, it is disgusting. And running on the Switch as well, the game is just like disgusting. Like, the game is disgusting. Well, the game is literally disgusting. Like, one of my complaints to Sonic Frontiers on the Switch was it was running at like 5 FPS. This game for me, on the Switch, ran at fucking 2. Huh? It ran at 2 FPS. It was disgusting. It ran very badly. Like, it ran very badly. It wasn't optimized. It ran badly. It wasn't optimized. It was disgusting. It was horrible. The game was laggy. It also kept crashing a lot for me. It also kept crashing for me a lot on the Switch. Like, for me, it kept crashing a lot whilst I was playing it. I don't even know why. It just, for me, it kept crashing a lot whilst I was playing it. I'd be playing it and the game would just randomly, like, close out and crash, and I'd be like, why have you done that then? And it's just like, why have you done that then? What have you done that for? Like, why have you done that? It's like, why have you done that? Why are you randomly, like, why is it randomly, like, closing out the game? Like, what is it doing? Like, what's it doing? Also, I just want to point out, completely unrelated, but I was going to see if Balatro was on the Switch, but my Switch has not been connected to my new internet yet. So that's great. So that's great, isn't it? But, like, you know, I'm playing the game and it would just randomly crash out all the time. I think, why have you done that? And why is it so, like, lag-fested, laggy? Because, like, let's not be around the bush here. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has a lot more going on in it than this game. But that game runs at a higher FPS. I've never once had the game crash on me. Never once had the game crash on me. Ever. And also, it's never lagged out on me either. It's also never lagged out on me. Like, it's just like still weird game. It's like you've gone ahead and you've went, let's try and do this game again, you know, do this game again. But you've just not done it well. It's not captured the element of the original. It hasn't captured the element of the original. It hasn't captured the element of the original. It's not done anything good that the original game did. It's just horrible. Like, it is just horrific to me. It's like the most horrific thing I think I've ever seen. It's like, how can you... It's like, how can you take the original game It's like, how can you take the original game and make it worse? Because, like, Metal Slug Tactics was pretty good. I liked Metal Slug Tactics. I think that was really good. Like, Metal Slug Tactics was really good. Like, it was a very good, genuine remaster of what was original games. But like this, for me, Metal Slug Attack Reloaded, trying to remake the originals, it was no good. It was just horrific. It was horrible. It was no good. It's like, what has gone so badly wrong with you? You did the original, like, Metal Slug Tactics, remaking the original Metal Slugs greatly. Just do what you did with, just do what you did with that to make the game. But it wasn't just, it was just like, But it it wasn't for me. It was just sort of like horrible. Like, it was horrific to me. I did not enjoy that. Oh my god, Bellato is on the Switch! I just had a look. Bellato is on the Switch. I might have to buy Bellato a third time, lads. I might have to buy Bellato a third time, Dave. I'm not going to do it right now, but I might have to buy Bellato a third time. It's on the Switch. I might have to buy it a third time because it's on the Switch. And now, we move on to the best DLC of this year, which, to be completely honest with you, there's only one place this is going. There is only one place that this is going. There's only one game that's getting this, isn't it? There is only one thing that is going to get this award. Which, if you watch the normal Game Awards, this DLC, controversially, was up for Game of the Year. Because apparently, in Jeff Keighley's eyes, DLC is considered Game of the Year. Because in Jeff Keighley's mind, DLC is considered to be Game of the Year contender because DLC is a game. No, it isn't, Jeff. You freaking donkey. DLC is not a game, Jeff. DLC is not a game. But I forgive you because the Game Awards this year was one of the best Game Awards they've done in years. But as our winner of Best DLC is Elden Ring, Shadow of Elder Tree. Basically, Elden Ring, Shadow of Eldraine, or Eldtree, or whatever it's supposed to be called, is like, for me, it's like, it came out when it went, do you know that thing you really, really loved? How about you just have more of that thing? Like, that thing that you really loved, just have more of it. And what's also great is it feels very much Elden Ring-y as well. Like, you know, Elden Ring, you would kind of, like, you know, you'd maybe find a few different things every time you played it. You might find some different things, like you might find some different things, like when you play it versus someone else. And that's in there. Like, there's that stuff in there, and, you know, it's got a lot of explosion, new bosses in it and stuff. It just feels like we've gone ahead and we've went, you know, it feels like what you've done is you've gone ahead and you've went, you know, what it feels like, for me, is it feels like, you know, Bandai Namco have taken a look at Elden Ring. Was making this DLC, it feels like Bandai Namco have taken a look at Elden Ring and went, yeah, you want this, but like, you want more of it, like from Software. Like, From Software, it feels like you know, they've come out and they've went, yeah, you like this. Yeah, you like this. So how about we give you more of this thing? So how about we give you more of the thing that you already like? And of course at the Game Awards, we got the announcement for Elden Ring Night Rain, which looks very, very good. Which looks really good. But that's literally what it feels like. This DLC feels like it came out and went, here, you like this thing. Also, what I like, Ellie, is you managed to predict it before I even said it, you said Elden Ring. Which is true. But what I like about this game is it came out and it's went, you know, the DLCs came out and went, let's give you more of what you already love about Elden Ring. It's not like changed everything about it. It's not like a brand new game. It's not like changing everything about Elden Ring. It's not like coming out and being a brand new game that changes the core mechanics of everything Elden Ring. It came out and it is just more Elden Ring, and that's something that I love about it so dang much. It's so beautiful. They knew that what From Software knew was that Elden Ring worked, so why change upon something that already works? So like, why change upon something that already works? Don't do that. If it works, just add to what already works and make it even better. We move on now to an award that didn't exist until yesterday, and that is the Bronze Medal Award. Yep, this award didn't exist until yesterday. It existed last year because I had 3 games that I couldn't decipher between my game of the year, so I kind of just put in bronze medal. I think I called it silver medal last year, so I've just missed out. And then my game of the year, and I kind of started scrutinizing stuff. And then I kind of started scrutinizing stuff to try and make it sort of, you know, really be sort of that element of like big like crazy. I was like trying to, you know, I was like scrutinizing stuff last year. But the reason why the Bronze Medal Award existed is because the game that was my Just Missed Out award has been moved into the bronze medal position, and what was my game of the year has been moved into Just Missed Out category because of one other game. And so, I will present to you my Bronze Medal Award that was my Just Missed Out award until another game came along that I played very recently. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Which, interestingly, was a game that, according to a leaker, was one of the games that was shown off to reveal what the Switch 2 could do. There were 2 games shown off. One was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which was allegedly running at 4K 60 FPS, allegedly. And allegedly one of the other games shown off to select people at the Switch 2 thing was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which if you can get that game right, which if that game does come on the Switch 2 and runs competently, then well done to you, because I can't get that game to run very well on my Steam Deck, and that's something I will say. It is, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is my favourite, I'm talking favourite, and I mean favourite. I mean literally favourite Final Fantasy game. I love everything about that game. It is my favourite Final Fantasy game. But like, one of the things but there is one thing I will say about it. Now, there is one thing I will say about it. I love it. I genuinely was one of those things that I would play it and I'd be like, I want to play it poorly. So I started playing on my ROG Ally and it wasn't great, I have to be honest. You know, it wasn't great, to be honest. It was great on my PC and it worked very well on my PC, but like on my ROG Ally it was just like, this isn't great. And like, considering, you know, my ROG Ally was almost like £1,000, the game just didn't run great. It kind of was like a bit laggy and a bit sort of like, it was laggy and it didn't look graphically as good either for me on the ROG Ally. But like, I have to say, it was kind of a bit on there. The game was really good. It just wasn't great in the ROG Ally, and that's one of the things I want out of that game. Because I wanted it portably. Because like, I wanted to be able to go somewhere and play that game and take that game with me. And but the ROG Ally version just wasn't very good. But the game itself, even when you're playing on, I played the PC edition, and I have to say the game is wonderful. It's my favourite Final Fantasy game of all time. And I love the combat, and I will say this as well. You know, a few RPGs that come out, I kind of think, oh, they've watered down the combat and stuff. Like, the combat's been watered down in favour of other stuff. This game has genuinely wonderful and amazing combat. And I love it to death. I love it to death. This game is wonderful and I love it to death. The only reason why I didn't get my Game of the Year in the first place, before the other game, for the next game, which I just finished Outward, it then got pushed out for another game. The only reason why I didn't get my Game of the Year was because I just felt like one of the things I want with a lot of games now, I've got to a point where, you know, I own an ROG Ally, and what I want, and this is kind of cliche, but from a lot of games now, like the ROG Ally came out and it was this great thing of like being able to play, you know, my Steam library away. You know, not just my Steam library, but the Epic library and whatever else, away from my house. Like I could be somewhere else in the world and play the games in my Steam library. Like I could be on holiday in like Spain, or I could be on a plane going somewhere and I could play Fallout 4. That's what it's the kind of shit I love. But then also playing stuff handheld. Like this is why I love, you know, yeah, things like Skyrim and stuff and Alan Wake, the original Alan Wake, they weren't great on the Switch. They didn't look visually great on the Switch, and they were a bit sort of, iffy and a bit laggy. But what I loved about them was I was able to, you know, I could sit down and I could play bits of it as and when I saw fit. Like I didn't have to, like if I'm playing a game for me on like full on my PC or Xbox or PlayStation or whatever, I've got to sit down and I've got to play that, and I've got to genuinely make an effort to sit down and play that for a long enough time because I've waited on it to load. It isn't like this handheld experience where I can play a bit of it, go away and come back to it hours later or days later and be in the exact same place. And I love it. I love being able to do that. But for me, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on my ROG Ally just didn't work very well. It wasn't great. It was a bit sort of laggy and stuff. But it still ran pretty well. It was just a bit laggy, but it still ran alright. It just wasn't the best. But we move on now to the Just Missed Out Award, which is going out to what was my Game of the Year up until yesterday. Like, legitimately, up until yesterday, this game was my Game of the Year. Then I played something else, and that game literally punted this game in the face and went, get out of here! Go on, naff off, get out, I'm Game of the Year now, get out of here, get out, I'm Game of the Year now, I'm Game of the Year now, and punted it in the face, and punted it absolutely in the face. Absolutely punted it in the face. Because my 2024 Just Missed Out award, which was my game of the year up until like 2 days ago, or up until yesterday, is Astrobot. Oh yes, that's none of that. Although, sorry, I just had to play Astrobot soundtrack because I love the thing. I had to play Astrobot soundtrack because I love the Astrobot soundtrack. Let's play it for a bit. But oh my god, this game was my game of the year. Like, I love Astrobot. It is delightful. It is wonderful. It won Game of the Year at the actual Game Awards, and you can see why. Because Astrobot has come out, and Astrobot has basically been made, as a tale of love and a story of love to platformers. And during the actual Game Awards, the guy that came out, one of the devs that came out and made it, he thanked a bunch of people. He didn't explicitly name them, but he thanked a bunch of people. He thanked Nintendo as well. He was like, he wants to thank a certain company for coming out and making a little platformer about a little plumber called Super Mario. Super Mario, and the platform he was on was this labour of love. And one of the things he even stated in there is, it was made with, of course, PlayStation, a collaboration with PlayStation. One of the things he pointed out was there's a lot of Easter eggs in that game for other PlayStation franchises that have come out across PlayStation's 30-year history. But like a lot of those Easter eggs, they didn't even approach the companies to put themselves in there. The companies approached them and said, we want to be in Astrobot, we want to be in this. And Astrobot is kind of one of those things that went from being a little mere demo-y sort of thing when the PlayStation 5 came out with this little robot called Astro. This little robot called Astro, and a thing that was called Astro's Playroom. And basically it was just to show off. It was just to show off what the PlayStation 5 could do. That was its whole purpose, to show off like what the PlayStation 5 could do. But then the devs could come in and they made a fully fledged 100% game, and I loved it. It was delightful. It was very, very delightful. Like, it was really delightful. And I feel like we've got to a point now where PlayStation really need to make Astro their mascot, and they need to use Astro as a selling probe for PlayStation and make them their new mascot. Like, that's what I feel like. I just feel like PlayStation need to make Astro their mascot. Like, they really do. I love Astrobot. Astrobot was amazing. Like, I genuinely loved Astrobot. It was so, so beautiful. I loved it. Astrobot was delightful. The thing is, right, if I was to play a game more than once, it has to, more than once, then it's got to be very good for me to do that. Because, some games I might play through once, 100% the game, do everything there is to in the game and unlock every achievement or every trophy or whatever, and then just not play the game again. It's just like, yeah, alright, I'm finished now. That's it, I'm finished. And not go back and not play the game. But I would genuinely consider, I've played Astrobot twice now, and I'm genuinely considering going back and playing it again. Hence how much I love Astrobot. The game is delightful, the game is wonderful, and I love the game to frickin' death. I love Astrobot to frickin' death. I literally love Astrobot to frickin' death. But, just before we move on to our Game of the Year, we have one different award to give out. We're going to be giving out an award to the best game, TV show / movie. Which I'm going to give out to something that came out this year which is a TV show or movie based on a video game. And we're not going to even beat around the bush here. We're not even going to drag this out. We're not going to try and drag this out. We're just going to go straight to the point. We're just going to go straight to the point. We're going to go straight to the point. The best TV show or movie of this year is Amazon Prime's Fallout. Yeah, I'm not gonna go on for like hours and hours and hours about Fallout. I'm not even gonna really say much about it because I don't want to spoil it. But what I will say is during the Game Awards they did announce Season 2 is coming, which is going to be very, very excited. But all I can really say is this: I adore Fallout. It is incredible. They have done an incredible job capturing the world and the feel and everything of Fallout. You know, the feel of it. One of the things I was really, when this was first announced, years and years ago now, one of the things I was really scared for was how they would manage to capture the feel of that, you know, apocalyptic, post-nuclear world of Fallout. I was like, how are you going to be able to do that? In a way that's good, in a way that's interesting. How are you going to manage that? I was scared about how they were going to manage it, and I kind of felt like, oh, are they going to do it well? Is it going to be done well enough? But it was done exceptionally. Like, it was done exceptionally well. I loved it. I loved Fallout. I will say this. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription and you haven't watched Fallout, go ahead and watch Fallout. If you don't have an Amazon Prime subscription, maybe what you could do is don't take it out now. Like, maybe don't take it out now. Maybe wait until all of Season 2 is out on Amazon Prime, until Season 2 releases, and then Season 2 is up in full on Amazon Prime. Then take out a 30-day free trial of Amazon Prime and binge watch Fallout. Because I can do nothing but recommend Fallout. It is the best thing I think I've watched all year. I think it is the best TV series I have watched all year. Like, legitimately, the best TV series I've watched all year. I have loved it. From the very first episode to the final episode of Season 1, I loved every single second of every single episode. It was wonderful, it was amazing, it was beautiful. And I highly, 110% recommend that you go and you watch this. Seriously, I recommend you go and watch it. You've never watched Fallout, Ellie? Oh, how dare you! How dare you! Do you have Amazon Prime, Ellie? Do you have Amazon Prime, Ellie? Yeah. Go watch Fallout when you finish. Go watch it when you're done. Go. Go. But now, after the break, game of the year.
At the Rossfield Gaming Awards we shine. With playful hearts we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar.
Fun. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee on whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Going to be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see, because my legs have just vanished. Oh, good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. You don't move. You don't move.
Well,
Why was that going like really fast then? You said that. I was like... What are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach the park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that'd be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, gallery bits. Could you imagine going up on them on your ass? It'd be like, ooh. The heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. Got a fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on. Font. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee or whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see because my legs have just vanished. Oh good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. She don't move. She don't move. Well. Why was that going like really fast then? You said that. I was like... What are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach the park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that'd be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, gallery bits. Could you imagine going up on them on your ass? It'd be like, ooh. The heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. What kind of fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine! It's fine! She's walking away! Oh, come on! Font. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee on whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see, because my legs have just vanished. Oh good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children now, thing. Jesus. She don't move. She don't move. Well. Why was that going like really fast then? You said that. I was like... What are you? Ah. I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach a park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you want a dinghy? Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that'd be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, gallery bits. Could you imagine going up on them in your ass? It'd be like, ooh. The heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way! Get out! Out! Get out! Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. What kind of fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on. Font. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee on whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see, because my legs have just vanished. Oh good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children now, thing. Jesus. She don't move. She don't move. Well. Why was that going like really fast then? You said that. I was like... What are you? Ah. I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach a park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you want a dinghy? Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that'd be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, Get off your bits. Could you imagine going up on them in your house? It'd be like, oh, the heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. Got a fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on. Font. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee on whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see because my legs have just vanished. Oh good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. She don't move. She don't move. Well. Why was I going like really fast then? You said I was like, what are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach a park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that'd be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, get off your bits. Could you imagine going up on them in your house? It'd be like, oh, the heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. Got a fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on. Font. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee on whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see because my legs have just vanished. Oh good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. She don't move. She don't move. Well. Why was that going like really fast then? You said I was like... What are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach the park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that would be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, get off your bits. Could you imagine going up on them on your ass? It'd be like, ooh. The heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. What kind of fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on. Fun. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee on whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see, because my legs have just vanished. Oh good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. You don't move. You don't move. Well. Why was that going like really fast then? You said I was like... What are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach the park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that would be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, get off your bits. Could you imagine going up on them on your ass? It'd be like, ooh. The heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. What kind of fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine! It's fine! She's walking away! Oh, come on! Fun. That was clearly an Eevee, but don't judge the game for calling Eevee on whatever it called it, Wurgettle. Gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm changing with those because I can't see, because my legs have just vanished. Oh good grief, that's a creep. Good God, that'll creep out the children, that thing, Jesus. She don't move. She don't move. Well. Why was that going like really fast then? You said that was like... What are you? Ah, I see. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who can't reach a park entrance, can't leave. It's you. Well, no, you're just an idiot. Well, you're just the idiot. Well, you're the idiot. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, love. Don't look at me. Oh, God. I've just unpulled my pole. Huh? Oh, you're on a dinghy. Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not on a dinghy, that'd be very sore on your ass. Just going up on those, go off bits. Could you imagine going up on them on your ass? It'd be like, ooh. The heck? How did they get there? Why are you running? Why are you running? People changing in the changing room. It's like people changing in the changing rooms. And Jeff was just standing in the changing rooms having a little boogie to himself on his surfboard going, hey, way. Get out. Out. Get out. Stop looking like you're playing the piano on my card table and naff off. Oh dear. Oh. Stop favoriting things. My God. What kind of fucking puny, weird sounding horn is that? It's fine. It's fine. She's walking away. Oh, come on.
We're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. After Rossfield Gaming Awards, we shine. With playful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. After Rossfield Gaming Awards, we shine. With playful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. After Rossfield Gaming Awards, we shine. With playful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. After Rossfield Gaming Awards, we shine. With playful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. After Rossfield...
welcome back. Welcome back to the Rostro Gaming Awards, and it's now time to give out the Game of the Year. Which literally became my Game of the Year yesterday. Madness, I know, but that's how it happened. Because my 2024 Game of the Year is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Like, oh, this is a bloody stark contrast, isn't it? A stark contrast, isn't it? Because, if you remember, last year, in this award, the Shit on Toast Award, I gave it to a Bethesda game. I gave it to Starfield. But this year, my Game of the Year is a Bethesda game. And it is... oh my god, I love this game. I've only played 6 hours and I love it. So good. And do you know what was funny about this game? It was one of those things where I was like, you know what? It's included in my Game Pass subscription. I'll take a look at it. I'll see what it is. And oh my god, I loved it. I loved it. It was incredible. It was genuinely wonderful. I loved this game. And like, it's so good. And one of the things that's great about it is I can change the thing of the game, like resolution. I can make it full screen, like a video game. Or I can make it look like cinematic style, as if I'm in the cinema. Mwah, perfection. Mwah, amazing. Beautiful. The game itself, the gameplay is just, I love it. I love the gameplay, it's incredible. I really like the story. The voice acting is great. Like, oh, like, the thing is, Astrobot was my Game of the Year. That was my Game of the Year. I then just decided to play this because it was in Game Pass. I thought, I'll look at it. Like, I hadn't even installed it the first time I played it. The very first time I played it, I streamed it via the cloud. Like, the very first time I played it, I streamed it via the cloud. Because I was like, I don't want to install it in case it's no good. I'll just take a look at it. And oh my god, I loved it. It's so funny that my worst game of last year was a Bethesda game. And my best game of this year is a Bethesda game. It's so funny. Did anybody see that coming? No. I certainly didn't. Up until yesterday, my game of the year was Astrobot. Like, I loved the game. The game was just... The game was just wonderful. And I haven't even finished it yet. I haven't even finished the game yet. I've seen Mataphobia post on Blue Sky said that he finished it. I've seen Mataphobia post on Blue Sky and say he finished it. I ain't. He's like 100%ed it. Apparently there was 2 bugged photos. But I haven't finished it. I'm only 6 hours in, but I love it and it is great. And it says a lot about the game. It could be my game of the year after 6 hours. It says a lot, doesn't it? It says a lot, doesn't it? It just says a lot about the game, doesn't it? After 6 hours, it could be my game of the year. It's great. I love that game. I will say this, if you don't want to get the game for £60, you're thinking, 60 quid for it's a bit much. Spend $15.99, get a Game Pass subscription, play it that way. Because it's incredible. Absolutely wonderfully incredible. And I love the game. And it genuinely just snuck in there as well. Like really late on, it was just like sneaking on in there. Like it snuck into my game here, it's like really late on, it just snuck in there. Like it snuck in there so late on. It's like I hadn't played it. Like I hadn't played it before. Like I hadn't played it before, I just thought, it's included in my Game Pass subscription, let's see what it's like, let's give it a stream via cloud gaming, see what I think to it. Streamed it via cloud gaming for like 2 hours, absolutely loved it, and I've now since installed it. And it's now here as my game of the year. And it's now here as my game of the year. But yeah, oh my god, I love it. Oh my god, I love it. I genuinely love it. I absolutely love that game. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is something beautiful. I love it to death. I absolutely love it to death. I love it to death. I really, really do. Love it to death. I love that thing to freaking death. And it's so funny that like it just snuck in there at the last moment. It was like literally the last moment, like yesterday, it just snuck in like, I'm your game of the year now. Hello, I exist. I love that. It was a great game. Would I recommend it? Oh, 110%. 110%. But just before we go, we're going to get the poll from all of you in the chat. What is your games of the year? What would you put down as your game of the year? Astrobot for Ellie? Yeah. Yeah. To be fair, Astrobot was my game of the year. Until yesterday. When I played Indiana Jones to Great Circle. So to be fair, Astrobot was my game of the year up until yesterday. So yeah, I could believe that one. That's a great choice actually, Hans. Astrobot's a great game. It was actually my game of the year up until yesterday, but then Indiana Jones to it, so come on, snuck in. But what I would even say, I'd go as far as to say that's not even my game of the year. I don't even think Indiana Jones to it Circle was my game of the year. I think it's my game of this decade. It is my game of this decade. That is how good it is. Like, would I put Astrobot down as my game of this decade? No. I wouldn't. But I put Indiana Jones to Great Circle down as my game of this decade because I love it to death. It's wonderful, I love it to death. It is very, very wonderful. But that's it for the 2024 Lost Steel Gaming Awards. We should be back next year. Will it be in this format? I don't know. But that's it for the 2024 Lost Steel Gaming Awards. And that's actually it for content on this channel this year. There will be the Planet Coaster videos because I've got them scheduled up to into the new year. They are all scheduled up into the new year, but that's kind of it. There will be, as I said, Planet Coaster videos. There's also going to be a Christmas Day video. I won't say what that is yet. You'll find out on Christmas Day, but basically I found a game on Steam for 69p. For 69p I think it was. And it was Christmas Day, so that's a Christmas Day video. Actual Christmas Day video. But yes, that's it for this year. We'll be back next year. There will be some 1 or 2 streams. There won't be like mad streams over the festive period. I will be taking the festive period off. There will be a stream tomorrow. There will be a stream Friday. There'll be a stream on Sunday. And there might be one Monday, but that'll kind of be the last stream for the year. And I'll kind of take a little break over the Christmas New Year period and then come back in 2025. And I'll come back in 2025. But that's it. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I'll still Gaming Awards 2024. Thank you to everyone that is tuned in live on Twitch, everyone that's tuned in live on YouTube, and everyone that has joined me in the theatre tonight. Thank you very much for being here. I shall see you all next year. Ta-ra.
After Roskilde Gaming Awards, we shine. With grateful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. After Roskilde Gaming Awards, we shine. With grateful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. After Roskilde Gaming Awards, we shine. With grateful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. After Roskilde Gaming Awards, we shine. With grateful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. After Roskilde Gaming Awards, we shine. With grateful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. After Roskilde Gaming Awards, we shine. With grateful hearts, we're feeling fine. Let the pixels dance, let the music soar. Together we'll win, we'll ask for more. In this game of life, we're on a spree. With every moment, let's make history. Through the screens, I see your fearless face. Building dream worlds, oh, we're lost in this place. Planet coaster highs and the thrill of the ride. Fortnite battles, you're our champion, our pride. Late nights in your stream, laughter in the air. We're living for moments nothing else can compare. Through every virtual fall, you rise above it all. Just a gamer with a heart answering the call. Oh, us, here we are, it's game over. But in our hearts, your legacy's a four-leaf clover. You took us on adventures, never felt alone. Now it's time to log off, but you'll always be our home. Futures and simulators we adore. You kept us entertained forever, wanting more. Every laugh, every win, we're never letting go. Memories like pixels shining in a glow. From the first upload to the final play, made the world brighter, took our pain away. When the screen fades dark and the credits roll, your spirit's in every heart and we'll never lose control. Scrolling through our memories, we're playing all the fields. But the endings always break me, it's a cinematic reel. Thought I'd find my happy ending in this endless game. But without your love, it's just a glitch in the frame. Oh, time to log off, but you'll always be our home. Now it's time to log off, but you'll always be our home. So here's to you, all steel will carry on your way. In every game we play, you'll be here to stay. Game over for now, but we're never really done. You've given us a story, and our hearts are still just one. So here's to you, our steel will carry on your way. In every game we play, you'll be here to stay. Game over.